Hey guys, in this episode I'm going to show you how you can test the filament file upload component on the create page and the edit page. Just real quick, I just want to say thank you to someone that commented on a previous video saying about zooming in more on the code editor to make it easier to see and the mic quality not being the best. So I've gone out and bought a new mic, so hopefully that should fix that, and I'm going to zoom in more on the code. So I just want to say thank you to that person. If you guys have any other suggestions how I can improve the videos for you guys, then please do let me know in the comments down below. So a little bit of setup I've done. I've added a thumbnails column onto the post model. Then on the post resource I've added a file upload component. I've set the directory to just a post thumbnails directory. I've set the visibility to public because obviously we'd want this to be publicly served as a thumbnail. And then I've just added a bit of image validation that they have. I've also run PHP Artisan storage link to create a link between the storage folder here and the public storage folder. So quickly, we're just going to do a manual test. So I've filled in all the details, added an image, and let's create. And it's created, but you might think it's failed because you're getting these console errors and you can't actually see the image, and that is because the app URL is currently set to this Filament Testing herd link, and I'm actually on localhost 8000, so it can't serve the image from the URL that's not set in the app URL. So if we go to here, that's the herd link, and then you can see that it's filling it in properly. So now that we know that the actual functionality works because we've done a manual test, this will be our first proper test. So it can create a post with a thumbnail. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm faking the public storage folder. Now this is because I've set the visibility to public on this file upload component. So this basically prevents an actual file being generated into your project. So you don't actually need this for the test to pass. But as you can see, it's just generated a fake file, and if you run this multiple times, it's continuously generating files, which is probably not what you want. So I'm just going to add this back as we definitely want that. And then next I'm just asserting that the database table is empty, the post database table, just to make sure that down here I can grab the first or fail, and I definitely know it's the one we just created. And then I'm creating an uploaded file. Now this is the HTTP uploaded file class, and then they provide a fake function. Now you could then specify that you want a fake image, and then I'm just passing in a thumbnail.jpg name. So then I'm using the pest livewire plugin again, and I'm passing in the post class, the create post class, which is obviously this page. I'm then filling the form in with all the details of just that are required, and then this is the important bit. You're adding the file to the thumbnail, and then you call it create, and then I'm just asserting that there's no form errors, and then I'm grabbing the first post and I'm asserting that the file exists in the public folder. Now if we die and dump this, you can see that it has got the directory attached to it as well, so it will find it in this public disk. So this is the next test I've created. It validates that the thumbnail is an image. So obviously you'd want to validate that it is actually an image passed through the file upload component, because you wouldn't want someone, for example, to pass a PDF file to a thumbnail image, because obviously that wouldn't work. So again, I'm just creating a fake file, but this time I'm not using the image function. I'm just creating it and giving it a PDF name, and then I'm filling in all the data again with the file, and I'm calling create, and then I'm asserting that the form has errors, and I'm passing in the thumbnail as that is the component key or name, sorry, and this should pass. Yes, and to test that it is actually validating it, or testing the validation, we could remove this, and now this test should fail. Yes, because it would accept a PDF as a file. So we add this back, and it passes again. Just real quick before we go on to the next test, unlike this test up here where I'm faking the public storage disk, you don't actually need to do that for this one, because it's failing at the validation level, so it never actually gets added to the project, so you don't need it for this one. So this is the next test I want to show you guys. So it fills the image into the component. So I'm on the edit page, and I just want to test that this image is actually getting passed in when you go to edit a post. So I am faking the public disk again. I am creating a post model because it's the edit page, so you need a model existing. And then I'm just giving it a thumbnail path that I know about. So it's a post thumbnail folder, and then there's just an image.jpg. And I'm creating an uploaded file again, a fake one, with the same file name as the post that I created. Now this is the important part. So you need to put the file into the disk so that the Filament can then go find it and then basically show it to you. So I'm using the public disk again, and then I'm just putting the file into that directory. Again, that's just the file name and then the post thumbnails directory. So then I'm just actually testing the edit post class. I'm passing in the record, which is the post ID. So you have to pass in the post ID, sorry. So I'm using the get root key, which basically just passes in the ID, but if you change the root key to a slug, then it would use the slug. Then I'm using the filament assert form set function. I'm passing in a callback function, which is actually really important, because if we and dump this data, and we scroll down to the actual thumbnail, you can see that it's actually an array, and it's an array with the keys where they're all UUIDs. So it's actually pretty much impossible to test it. Well, as far as I know. I mean, if you guys know of a better way, then please let me know in the comments. So you couldn't do something like this, because obviously you need to pass it the key, and how do you know the key? Because it's a randomly generated string each time. So luckily Filament gives us this callback function that we have access to the data. And then I'm grabbing the first key using the array first key function, and then I'm just basically checking that the thumbnail, then using that first key, equals to this. I just want to show you quickly why it's important to actually put the file into the disk. So if we download this and then we comment this out and we run the test, you can see that it's in an empty array, because obviously Filament goes and tries to find the file and it doesn't exist. Just because you generate this random fake file, it doesn't actually mean that it's in the fake storage. So it's important to put the file into the storage before you test the functionality. And if you remove this, add this back, this test should still pass. Yep. So this is the last test I want to show you guys. So it can change the thumbnail. Again, just the usual stuff: faking the public disk, creating a post, and then setting the uploaded the fake uploaded file to the same file name, putting that file into the public disk. Then I'm filling the form, but I'm setting the thumbnail to null. So this might seem a bit weird why I'm setting it to null and then passing it the uploaded file down in this other fill form. So I'll show you. If you comment this out, the test actually fails, saying that the thumbnail hasn't been changed. So if I add this back, it should pass. So it's like the thumbnail isn't being overwritten by the new uploaded file. So this is a kind of a workaround. So you're setting it to null and then you're overriding it. I think there might be a bug with the fill form testing function, because this should work. It should just overwrite the thumbnail, but maybe because it's a file pond, it's a little bit more of a complex component, then it's not working. So a bit of a workaround would be to just set it to null. Then finally, I'm just asserting that the thumbnail isn't the old thumbnail path, and then I'm just making sure that it starts with the post thumbnails directory, and then I'm just making sure that the file exists on the public disk. And if we run this again, the test is all passing. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then please do hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. If you have any questions, then please leave them down in the comments down below. I've left a link to the GitHub repo with this code in the description, and I will see you in the next video.